Hello and welcome everybody to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News. I'm your host, Zafiro Fierro. Remember to follow us on all of our social networks and to catch us every day by logging on to our website, MexicoNewsNetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show. A few days ago, it was announced that the Olympic Games Rio 2016 will be transmitted for free of charge through various platforms in Mexico. In 2013, the International Olympic Committee gave the exclusive license to América Móvil, property of the Mexican businessman Carlos Slim, for the transmission of the Olympics this year on all media platforms in Latin America, excluding Brazil. This agreement leaves out the transmission to the two major television companies in Mexico, Televisa and TV Azteca, and now it will be possible to see it on any device with internet and on channels 22, 11, Claro Sports, Fox, ESPN, and public television. Arturo Elias Ayub, director of Uno TV and Claro Sports from América Móvil, said that unlike previous Olympic Games, now everyone at any time will have a way to see them. He also said that over 30 games may be seen simultaneously on the platform, clarosports.com, free for all Latin America. In other headlines, Rome, the Eternal City, will again be connected with Mexico City through a direct flight. This was announced by the President of Mexico, Enrique Peña Nieto, in his message to media on the occasion of the first state visit of President of the Council of Ministers of the Italian Republic, Matteo Renzi. The Italian airline Alitalia will be responsible for offering the service starting June 16th and will have 3 weekly frequencies. The connection will be made by a Boeing 777 with a capacity for 293 passengers. The renewal of this flight is essential to promote bilateral investment, since just last year trade between the two nations was $6,708 million. Besides being the third largest trading partner of Mexico in the European Union, Italy is expected to support the upgrade and trade cooperation agreement that Mexico holds with the European bloc since 2000. The Italian president, Matteo Renzi, arrived in the country accompanied by a group of businessmen interested in betting mainly in the energy sector in Mexico, a field that could attract investments of at least $2 billion at the end of this year and during 2017. Moving on, through a press release, it was announced that the Federal Competition Commission authorized the company AeroMexico a joint cooperation agreement with Delta Airlines. In the statement sent to the Mexican Stock Exchange, AeroMexico said that one of the conditions imposed by the COFECE was the transfer of 8 pairs of slots. The Mexican airline explained that this decision taken by the Federal Competition Commission in Mexico is part of the process to deepen the trade alliance that both airlines have had for more than 20 years, in order to offer more travel options and destinations for passengers of both countries. On April 26, 2016, the Senate confirmed the agreement on air transport between Mexico and the United States, which will remove the limitations on the number of airlines that can fly between the two countries. It was in November 2015 when Delta announced its intention to increase its stake in the AeroMexico group up to 49%. The alliance between the two airlines is valued at $1,500 million. The U.S. company Hasbro launched a Mexico special edition of its famous board game, Monopoly. In this fun game, you will be able to purchase destinations from the country, including the magical towns, beaches, archaeological sites, and places like Xochimilco. This famous board game has positioned itself as one of the most recognized games, and with over 80 years of experience, it has served as fun for both young and old through its hundreds of versions and special editions in the world. The new edition of Mexico joins others such as Italy, China, Germany, New Zealand, France, as well as special editions on various topics such as the Beatles and the Simpsons. The purpose of this game is that with it, players are able to meet and visit through their imagination beautiful and representative parts of the country, as well as knowing its culture and tourist attractions. On the board, you will find attractions such as Xochimilco Trajineras, Tequila Express, among others, and the tokens of this version have been redesigned and have 3 new options: the guitar, the hat, and the sandals. Lastly, Mexico IPC index decreased 173 points or 0.38% to 45,608 on Monday, May 2nd from 45,781 in the previous trading session. Mexico IPC index gained 1,026 points or 2.30% during the last 12 months from 44,582.39 points in May of 2015. The Mexican peso increased 0.0171 or 0.10% to 17.19 on Monday from 17.17 in the previous trading session. The Mexican peso gained 1.649 or 10.61% during the last 12 months from 15.54 in May of 2015. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your host, Zafiro Fierro, and remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Log on to MexicoNewsNetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.